So I did my video on the how to read the Vernier Sight, and there seems to be some concern over if the Vernier Sight actually means minute of angle, or what does it actually represent downrange. So for the people that want to know exactly what the Vernier scale represents in minute of angle, here's your lesson right here. So how we come up with the math is we take 1 degree, we hit the tangent button, that gives us 17 thousandths, a little over 17 thousandths, for 1 inch equals 1 degree. If we divide this by 60, this gives us 290 millionths of an inch, or 2.9 thousandths of an inch of rise over 1 inch equals a minute of angle. Now, why are we concerned about over 1 inch? Well, this is how I've done this in the machine shop. We always calculated things based off of a 1 inch increment, and then did math from there. I know it's kind of ass backwards for working on a rifle that's got a barrel a yard long, so forgive me for that. But this is my methodology and my way of doing it. It's not the way to do it, it's my way. If you have a better way to work the math, be my guest. Go for it. But, so we take this. I've got this one carried all the way out like this, so we just hit clear. So now we can go 0.001, or divide this by our previous number there, which was our minute of angle over an inch, and that was 0.02909177488, and it was 0.4. So if you want to go all the way out to all the full display of the calculator, go for it. The reason why I carry this thing out so far in decimals like this is it eliminates any rounding error. If you want the most precise number you can get, use all the decimal places you can, and then when you come up with your final number at the end of your equation, go ahead and round it off to something you like to use. So now what this gives us here is 3.437 carried out a mile long. This is inches per minute of angle if we change the rear sight height by 1/1000th of an inch. And if you multiply this times 10, here's 34.373, basically 34 3/8 of an inch if you wanted to round this up. So if your sight radius is exactly 34 3/8 of an inch, 10 thousandths of rise or lowering of your rear sight, or even your front sight, if you file 10 thousandths off your front sight, or if you have an adjustable front sight that can be moved for elevation. I don't know if they even make those for these old guns. I know they make a lot of that. This stuff will apply to other rifles and things like that when it comes to like your ARs and stuff like that. If you want to apply it to that, go for it. But if you move your front or rear sight 10 thousandths of an inch, that's going to represent 1 minute of angle if the sight radius lines up exactly with this. If your sight radius is shorter than this, every 10 thousandths of an inch you move is going to equal more minute of angle than what you're actually putting in on the sight. I almost said scope. If your sight radius is longer than this, it's going to equal less. And to give you a clue with this, which I've already, you can see what my equation is up here. So it's 34.373 carried all the way out, divided by B7, which is your sight radius in inches. This is not your barrel length. This is the distance between your front sight and the rear sight, as close as you possibly can measure. It doesn't have to be any tighter than a 1/16 of an inch. If you can measure your front and rear sight radius to within 1/16 of an inch, you're going to be within 0.2% of your actual percentage being spit out here. So the sight radius on, so we can even do this so you can see it. So 3739. Look at that. Carried all the way out. That's essentially 1 minute of angle. That gets you 1 minute of angle for 10 thousandths of rise on your rear sight. Could be your front sight too if you're adjusting. If you have an adjustable front sight. The sight radius on my rifle, I don't know exactly what it is off the top of my head, but I already figured it out. It's 88%. I've got that written down in my notebook. It's about 39 inches. I want to say it's 39 and some change, but here nor there. So we're at 88%. So every time I dial my rear sight up 10 thou to the next number on the rear sight, I'm only gaining 88% of a minute of angle. I'm coming up just short. 39 inches, 88%, 10 thousandths movement. That's what gets you there. Now, like I said, if you want to measure this to within a 1/16th, let's go 625. So that's a 1/16th of an inch longer. You can see it just changed about 0.2% overall. It didn't change much enough to worry about. So if you're there, what would that be? That would be like 38.937.5, I think. Yeah. So that's a 1/16th under 39, and we're 0.1% higher than where we were. And now we're 0.1% under where we were. So if you can get within a 1/16th of an inch, you're fine. You're going to be really close on what you need to do. So that's how close your measurement needs to be. It doesn't have to be exact. Okay, that gives you your minute of angle conversion. Okay, and then that's your 10 thousandths rise right there. And I'll post this up in the description. I'll put it on my Google Drive. If you've got Excel or anything like that, you'll have to open it in Excel. If you've got Excel or Google Docs or something like that, I'm sure they've got a way of using an Excel file to do this. So take the information and run with it. But this will give you an exact, if you want to know minute of angle, this will give you exact minute of angle to the movement of your rear sight in inches. So in thousandths of an inch, in 10,000 steps, which is what my rear sight is calibrated at. So do with it what you will. Have a nice day, guys. Take care.